Welcome. Thanks for watching. It is Wednesday, October 23rd. I hope you're having a great day. I'm Carrie Ritchie. Thanks for joining me today. If you're watching the live or the recording, please comment to be entered into the drawing for the 3 cards that I make today. If you share the video, you get an extra entry into the drawing. Please comment that you shared the video so I can know that you've done that. Even if you're watching later, and you're welcome to invite your friends, the more the merrier. I will show y'all the Stampin' Up! Specials going on right now. There's only another week or so, a little over a week left for the kits collection. They're up to 30% off. There's some really, really awesome kits in there. Go check it out. You can go to my website at carrieritchie.stampinup.net to shop, and if you use this host code, you get free goodies from me. If you spend $25, you get 4 free handmade cards. If you spend $50, you get the 4 handmade cards plus a free embellishment, and it is the fabulous 24, 26 in color shimmer gems, which are one of my favorite embellishments. So, also the starter kit special, it's an amazing deal right now. You get to pick out $155 of whatever you like for only $99 plus tax. So it is an amazing deal. See, making sure you're on my tablet here. Make sure I'm recording. It looks like it. Okay, so yeah, getting the starter kit, there's no obligation. You don't have to do anything. You get up to 20, at least 20% discount. You get to see new things now. Okay, I think this is working. So when people start commenting, I think I can read them there. But yeah, you get to be on my team. We have get-togethers. I'm just getting back into doing team stuff. We haven't had our first meeting yet since I had my injury, but we're going to in November. And yeah, you get to see things early. You get to pre-order early. You get to pre-order online exclusives. There's some beautiful stuff in the new online exclusives. I love, there's a new birthday cake, or it's a cake. And it can be a wedding cake, a birthday cake, anniversary cake. It's just a really cute bundle. Can't remember the name of it. But there's some great stuff. So if you want to join, this is a great time to do it. And then November's Paper Pumpkin is called Filled with Joy. It is 8 stockings and gift tags and all that you need to decorate that. It's a really cute one. And then here's some additional dies that you can add on and get that if you want. Okay, let me show you. These are the cards that we made at my last Stamp-A-Stack. And it was Merry Trees was the theme. Merriest Trees, I'm sorry, that stamp set and die set. And this was a twofer, so I die cut the tree and used that on this, and we put some cute designer series paper from the reindeer paper behind there. And then these we had made on my Facebook Live last week. So these were our Stamp-A-Stack cards. That was so much fun. We had a great class. Lots of fun ladies coming, lots of laugh and stamping, snacks. We had, I made some homemade zucchini bread. It was so yummy. And Cindy had brought some, I'd never had this before. I don't know if I'm saying it right, Devonshire cream. It was good, whatever it was on there. It was yummy. Okay, my classes that are coming up, the Christmas card class, for 4 cards for $15, or they're free with a $20 order. That is going to be Friday, November 15th. RSVP by Thursday, November 7th. It's at my house in Waxahachie, or you can get it to go. Or if you want to take the Stamp-A-Stack, it's the same time, Friday, November 15th. You make 20 cards and envelopes for $35, or it's only $15 with a $35 order. We'll make 4 designs, 5 of each. Hey, Carol. Oh, thanks. I love trees. Did you have a good time visiting with Ware last week? How fun was that? Or was it the week before? Anyway, thanks for joining me. Yeah, and at all my events, if you bring a friend, a new to me friend, adult, You get 5 card samples. You and your friend get to pick out 5 cards. So it's a lot of fun. Paper pumpkin, I told you about. Kids Collection Starter Kit. Yeah, so that's all the news going on right now. So these are the cards that we made last week with Marius Trees. We did these, and that fabulous Winter Meadow Designer Series paper, which I love this paper. It's so pretty. Oh, I love every single piece of it. And I did the drawing on the Wheel of Names. I put all of your names in there, and Miss Cheryl Pollard, your name was the lucky one called. So I will see you tomorrow. Actually, we're having a picnic at the park. Cheryl and Radonna and I are. So yay, I'll bring those to you tomorrow, Miss Cheryl. Okay, so the stamp sets that we're using, I wanted to show you today. This one is Painted Lavender. It was sold as a bundle originally, but you can buy it separately now. The stamp set is 20 and the dies are 32. And we're using not much of the stamps, but we're using several of the dies today. And then we're also using Country Woods Designer Series paper. I love this paper. It's one of my favorites. It's so pretty. So we're going to use this paper, and we're going to use some of the stamps and dies. We're going to use some of the flowers here, dies, and then the words. We're using all the words because the Painted Lavender doesn't have any words with it. So we're using the words from Country Birdhouse and then some of the dies. And I want to show you some of the embellishments we're using. So we're using these. These are the iridescent foil gems. You get a package of them for $8. And then we're using, of course, they've been around since I've ever been a Stampin' Up! Customer, I think. Rhinestone Basic Jewels. And we're going to color those in with one of our Stampin' Blends. So, and the other embellishments aren't in here. They're online exclusive. And I can't remember what they're called offhand, but they're with the coffee stuff. But okay, so where are we? Here is the stamp set. I'll show y'all. It's got lots of flowers and words, and I've done lots of cards with the Painted Lavender. You know, I did my granddaughter's birthday. We did everything with her birthday here. And so it comes with those 11 stamps, and then these 11 dies. Is it 11? Yeah. These dies are great. Some are, I don't know what these are the open face dies, and these are the detailed dies. So you can stamp and die cut the butterflies. Yeah, it's got all of this here for you to be able to make your pretty cards. So I've die cut those to show you what all, I should have stamped them first, right? That would have made sense. Anyway, we're using that, and then Country Birdhouse, we're using the words, hoping you have the best day ever, happy birthday, and hello friend. That's all the stamps we're using from that. And then these dies we're using, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 different flower dies. I think we're using 2 of those, the 2 smaller ones, we're using those 2. So, oh, and with the dies on this, we're using this die to make a wreath, and this die to make some flower thingies. Okay, so let's get started on the first one. I have, just to show y'all what I did, I put some Old Olive and Mossy Meadow with a blending brush. I'll just show y'all that real quick. We've done this before. Have y'all done this where you, let's start with the Old Olive. So you just want to start putting some on your paper, and it, since we're die cutting, it doesn't have to be like perfectly smooth, and it can have blotches like that, and that's okay. And then we'll add some Mossy Meadow. So you just want to fill in your whole area with that, like that. And then I took some Early Espresso. It is, we don't have that in a blend, or if we do, I don't own it. And then I just took this is one of our markers, Early Espresso marker, and then I just flicked the little, can you see that? You just flick it just put the tip in there, and you don't want to do it hard and ruin your tip, but you could just flick the little black espresso brown spots on there to add a little, and then you want to die cut that, and then you get these pieces. So I've die cut 3 of those that we're going to embellish our card with. Aren't they pretty? They just look more natural than just plain old solid colored cardstock, you know? Okay, and so then here is our card base. This is, it's cut 5.5 by 7, and then I scored it at 4 1/4. So we've got our score mark there. It's just going to be kind of a different fun fold. And we'll do the inside first. So we're going to put a piece of basic white, and this is cut 2 inches by 4 7/8. No, that's not right. 5 3/8. Because we want just a little bit of the edge to show on the misty moonlight. I love that color. And then this designer series paper is the Country Woods. Hey, Rodonna. Hey, Cindy. Good morning. So this one's cut 2 1/4 by 5 3/8. So it's going to go right on there. So we'll just adhere that with our stamp and seal. And we want it just to the edge of our base. And then we're going to cover this up with just, these were some extra pieces that I had, and I thought, why not use those? Okay, I need my silicone mat. I don't know where it went. Here it is. So we'll add some adhesive to this and rub it to get it to stick so it doesn't show. And then we'll just cover up that little edge. Whoops, I went too far. So you can write your little sentiment in there. And then on the front, we've got some more of this fabulous paper. This is the Country Woods. I love this paper. How many times can I say that, right? Whoops. It's going flying. Okay. I think I don't know how I want this to go. So this piece I have cut 2 5/8 by 5 3/8. So again, it's just going to give us that little bit of matte to the edge of our base there. So we've got this, and then we're going to adhere our green thingies, green flowers. Put some adhesive on these. We're gonna, okay, so let's set that aside for a second. We're gonna stamp our words on this. So this is the back side of the blue paper. It's just real light wood here, and we're gonna stamp it in the Memento. I tried stamping it in early espresso, but I need to clean this. It wasn't quite dark enough, so I switched to the Memento. Wow. I should have cleaned that. I usually clean my stuff right after I use it. I guess I forgot on this one. Okay, so we're just gonna ink up. This says, hoping you have the best day ever. So I've cut this 1 inch by 4 inches. Let's see if I can get on top of this and center it. Isn't that a good sentiment? Hoping you have the best day ever. And we're gonna do something. The card that I copied, is one, I wish I could remember who it was. I can't remember who it was. I should have written that down. But they had a different die for this words, and I didn't have that die. And so I've been wanting to try this technique out where you use a punch, but you use it differently than it's intended. So this is the heartfelt hexagon punch, and I want that pretty little curved edge on my label here. So we're gonna take this and push it in from the top so that you can It's easier to do it this way than to push it through this way, through the middle. It's easier to push it out. And so we're gonna put this right where it is centered, and you can see there, and then push it down and punch that. So look at that pretty little edge we've got. And we're gonna do the same thing for this side. So again, we'll push it through the top and line it up where it is centered. You can see inside here where there's enough space when it's the same amount. You can see that it's even, so you just want to punch that, and you've got a cute little, the edges are different, they're just cute. So we'll go ahead and put this, we're gonna put, oops, we'll put this on here. So we want our greenery to just put that on there. Use get some of that adhesive off of there, and then we're going to only put adhesive on the top of this so that it will just stick to the top of the card and then hang over. So let's see if I can get those down just a little further. There we go. Hoping you have the best day ever. Let's see if I can center this. And then I have got, whoops, these are the jute trim, the in color jute trim. So I've got some of the pebbled path that I just tied into a knot. And well, first I unwound the pieces because it looks like this. It looks like that. So I just tore those apart, you know, like that, frayed it, and then tied it in a knot. And we're just gonna stick that on with a glue dot, mini glue dot. So you can just pull it back and stick it to your knot. And then we're gonna put this on our flowers here to add a little bit of something to it. So the card I copied didn't have these on it, but I thought, why not? So yeah, it's a real simple little card. That is so crooked, isn't it? Wow. Okay. I didn't put enough adhesive on this. It's not sticking. Oh, are y'all enjoying this nice weather? I'm loving it. Okay, so yeah, I love that paper. The paper really makes the card. And then the next one, we're gonna start with, let's get our stamping done. So I've got a little piece of black here. It's just a scrap piece of black, and I'm gonna use my embossing buddy to just make sure there's no oil on this so I can stamp it. And then I've got Versamark. This is a clear ink. And Hello Friend. We're just gonna make sure we ink this up really good and then just stamp that in the center. And then we're gonna put it in, put some white embossing powder on it. You know, I could probably use this, couldn't I, to hold that. That makes it easier, doesn't it? And we're gonna get our white embossing powder on there. Flick off the extra. You know what? I don't want this to spill, so I'm gonna put it back. Put the lid on it real quick so I don't lose that. And then we're gonna heat emboss it. So just take our heat tool and heat this up. And you want to heat it until it melts. And you can see it start to get shiny. This is still magic to me every time. So cool. And we'll just set this aside for now. And then we've got our card base. Oh, we got all our pieces here. Okay. So we will start with, this is basic beige. The corner is kind of wrinkled there. But we will fold this in half. So this is 5.5 by 8.5. Hey Corinne, thank you. I appreciate you sharing. There's a little bit of embossing powder on there still. And then we've got a piece of the Country Woods designer paper, and I've cut that just to fit the front of our card. So we'll adhere that. And we're going to use this side of the paper on our next card. But for this one, so I find it helps if you just stand it up and get it all centered. And then if you've got edges that are showing, you can trim that off. Card is just a little bit longer than what I cut the card front. So we're just going to shave off that little edge. Oh, it didn't cut through the bottom. Let me cut that again. There we go. Much better. Okay, so we've got our card here. And so then I have die cut all of these pieces. And they are going to be what we're going to make our wreath out of. So we just want to kind of curve them all with our bone folder, and then we'll put adhesive on there. So just take these. And this card I cased from Tammy Wilson. Tammy's got a neat style. I think she called this style rustic chic, rustic elegant, something like that. I guess I want them that way to put their adhesive on there. It's kind of hard to do it after you put the adhesive to then curl them, so we're going to curl them first and then put adhesive on there. Can you believe October is almost over? It's almost November and Thanksgiving. Okay, let's just start with these 4. And we'll put some adhesive on there. I don't want to totally cover it because I want the edges to be able to come up. So we're just going to start making a circle shape on here. And, oh, I'm going the wrong way. So I've got some adhesive showing here. You want to make sure you rub that before you put that on there. I have to tell y'all a funny story. Yesterday, I was looking at Leo, my cat, and he was just sitting there in the sunshine, and he just looked so pretty. He's black and white tuxedo, and he just looked so pretty. And I said, "Oh, you're so pretty." And y'all, he winked at me. I swear, he winked at me. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so the next piece we're going to put on, see how the edges are kind of, you know, still up? So we're just going to layer this one on top of that one and keep going in our circle shape here. Just layering it into a wreath style card shape. And we don't want our adhesive to show. So we're just layering this like that. we'll do a few more. Let's curve these. You know, these animals, they're human. They know things. I'm like, I kind of freaked out. I'm like, oh my gosh, he just winked at me. He's never done that before. He was on my countertops this morning. I had to get the squirt bottle out. I'm like, come on, you are 8 years old. You're old enough to know. You don't get on the kitchen countertops. That's, no. The only one I let him get on, and I mean, it's not like I can do anything about it, but the one by the coffee pot, it's just a small little countertop. He jumps on that and then onto the fridge and then onto my tall kitchen cabinets, and he can overlook the whole kitchen like he's the prince or something. Kitchen and living room because it's open concept. So yeah, but he hasn't done that lately. So I'm like, are you getting too old to jump up there? It's not like I can really stop him, but okay. So add another one. Aren't these pretty? They're just so, I never would have thought to make this die into a wreath. So I thought it was really cool that Tammy had done that. And let's see. And then I think one more. And this one, we're gonna tuck underneath this one. So it just goes on like that. Oops, I bent that one, didn't I? Okay, so it's a little wonky, but so now we're gonna add our little words to it. So we've got our hello friend, and we're just gonna flag banner the end of it by cutting a line to the middle and then diagonally to the line. And we'll pop this up. And put that right down at the edge. And then these flowers I've die cut out of the paper. So it was this paper. I die cut those little flowers from the, what are they called? Birdhouse dies. Country birdhouse. I can't remember. Isn't that terrible? Okay, so add a little adhesive to these. And I'm just going to kind of form them around the end of my take your pick tool to make them kind of curve up. And we'll just alternate a larger one and a smaller one. Put those on there. The little white flowers. Tammy had put some white stars on hers. And I thought, why not use the flowers since we're using the country birdhouses anyway. So we'll just stick that on. And then we want some jewels inside there. We're gonna put a bow here, so I don't wanna get too close to that. Actually, let's just go ahead and stick on our bow. So this is the Fabulous. I used it, was it last week or the week before? Large check, black and white, very vanilla ribbon, and it's really cool. It's really wide, so I cut a long piece. It was about 24 inches, and then I cut it in half, and I used half to make the card for my sample, and then half to make this bow. So we're gonna use, so I just tied it into 3 loops on each side, and then cut a piece to tie in the middle, so I've got all the tails hanging down. So we're just gonna grab a mini dimensional and add the bow right there. Well, There's no mini dimensional on there. I guess I didn't grab it. I thought I grabbed it. Okay. I think I'm going to put one down here too to kind of hold those tails going down more instead of up. So I'll stick that on there. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm off camera. Okay, so we've got our pretty bow with all the tails. I guess I can trim the tails down a little bit. Kind of like them hanging off the card. That's kind of fun, isn't it? Okay, for jewels, we need the jewels. So we've got these. These are the iridescent foil gems. And we're gonna put those in, I think I'm done with that, in the center of these. So we'll do the little ones. These are really pretty in real life. And then we'll use the big ones on the bigger flowers. I didn't do an odd number. That's okay, isn't it? Okay, and then I think we need some red in the card. So I've got the Rhinestone Basic Jewels, and I've colored 6 of them with the dark cherry cobbler blend. So we'll have some little red berries on here too, on our pretty wreath. Oh, there we go. Okay, isn't that fun? I love that wood background, like it's a door or something. I don't know, those are gonna bug me hanging off there. I think I do have to trim them just a tad. Well, I can't do it. Okay, there we go. So yeah, there is that pretty card. And move it on to the last one. Can you see the rhinestones on those? Anyway, last one is, this is a piece of 4 1/4 by 11 petal pink. And I'm using colors that coordinate with the Country Woods Designer Series paper. So I've cut this piece 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to go on the front. So we'll adhere that to the front, and then I've got a piece of the Country Woods paper, and we're going to stamp on it. So we have got our petal pink that we're going to use, and Calypso Coral, which I think those colors really coordinate well together. So let's put these things aside. We're going to stamp our words here in Calypso Coral. This is a happy birthday. Let's see. It's kind of hard to get over on top of this with my phone's in my way. Not bad. Okay. And then we're going to stamp our flowers in petal pink. So this is from the lovely Lavender. And then we've got our stems. We're going to stamp this in Calypso Coral. And then we've got this flower that we're going to stamp to add some more color to it. all our pieces here. Uh-oh, I've lost those other jewels. What did I do with them? Here they are. Okay. Maybe if I close it the right way. Okay, so we've got all our pieces here. So this I have cut 2 3/4 by 4 3/4, and then I cut the Calypso coral the exact same size. I thought about matting it and putting it on there, you know, solid, but it's like, that's boring. So let's do it kind of a little wonky, just because. So we'll do that. And everything doesn't have to be just straight all the time, does it? And then we've got our words that will pop up. And put this right here. And then I've got some linen thread, and I've cut this 6 inches. I've got 2 of them. So I probably should have pre-done this bow, but I didn't. So you'll have to bear with me as I tie it. Hopefully it'll come out. I got lucky. It did. So we've got our cute little bow. I love linen thread. It can go like on kind of on everything. So again, we need a little mini, actually I think let's just use a mini glue dot. And we'll put that on our bouquet of flowers here. And then these jewels, I can't remember the name of them, but they are from that, what is it called? The coffee set that's online exclusive. So I've been using these till they're almost gone. I've only got a couple left, but I thought they looked pretty with this. Just put that there. So yeah, those are the 3 cards that we've made today. Tell me which one's your favorite. And you can go to my blog, stampwithcarrie.blogspot.com, if you want to see what products I used for this. If you want to order them, you can just click on them and it'll take you right to my website. But yeah, I hope y'all have a blessed week. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.